You ever notice that tiny, guilty smile that appears on your face when a plan gets canceled? Your phone buzzes, you read the message, "Hey, something came up. Can we reschedule?" And before you can stop yourself, before you even decide how to feel, there it is. Relief. Not disappointment, not frustration, relief. You tell yourself you were looking forward to it. You meant it when you said, "No worries." But deep down, you feel lighter. Your shoulders drop. Your evening suddenly feels wide open again. And that's when the question sneaks in. Why am I like this? Maybe it's you. Maybe it's someone you know. But either way, that quiet happiness when plans disappear isn't random. There's a psychology behind it, and it says a lot about how someone experiences the world. And if you enjoy exploring the quiet psychology behind everyday behavior, take a second to like this video and subscribe. It really helps this channel grow. So let's talk about the people who feel relieved when plans get canceled. Because it's not laziness, it's not rudeness, and it's definitely not just being antisocial. There's more going on under the surface. There's a type of person who looks forward to plans in theory, but dreads them in reality. When the invitation first arrives, they imagine the good parts, the laughter, the connection, the version of themselves who's energized, charming, and totally present. They say yes because, in that moment, it feels right. But as the day approaches, something shifts. They start thinking about the logistics, what time to leave, what to wear, how long it'll last, whether they'll have to fake enthusiasm when their energy runs out. The mental checklist grows heavier by the hour. So when the plan gets canceled, it feels like being released from a contract you didn't realize you signed. Psychologically, this often comes from high anticipatory load. These people don't just do events, they mentally rehearse them. Every interaction plays in their head ahead of time. It's exhausting before it even begins. If this is you, the relief isn't about avoiding people. It's about escaping mental overcommitment. You weren't dreading the person, you were dreading the performance. Then there's another type, the one who guards their energy like it's a limited resource. This person might genuinely enjoy social time. They can be warm, funny, deeply engaged. But afterward, they crash. Hard. They need solitude not as a luxury, but as a form of recovery. So when plans get canceled, the relief comes from knowing their energy budget is safe. No withdrawals tonight. No emotional spending spree they'll have to repay tomorrow. In psychology, this connects to how people recharge. Some people gain energy from stimulation, others lose it. For the second group, every plan comes with a cost, even if it's a good one. And here's the tricky part. They often feel guilty for that relief. They think, what kind of person is happy when plans fall apart? But the truth is, their nervous system just got a break. If this sounds familiar, you're not flaky. You're energy aware. Then there's the perfectionist type, the one people don't expect. On the outside, they seem organized, responsible, put together. They don't cancel. They don't complain. They show up. But inside, they feel pressure. Pressure to be on, to say the right things, to manage impressions, to make the time worth everyone's effort. Plans aren't just plans to them, they're expectations. So when a plan gets canceled, relief floods in, not because they didn't care, but because the pressure just vanished. No performance required, no chance of doing it wrong. Psychologically, this is tied to self-monitoring. These people are constantly observing themselves through other people's eyes. Social time feels like a test they didn't study for, but still want to pass. When the test gets postponed indefinitely, they breathe again. If that's you, the relief isn't about avoidance. It's about escaping judgment, especially your own. Then there's the quietly overwhelmed type. This person often has a lot going on internally. thoughts, worries, unprocessed emotions. Their mind is already loud before anyone else enters the room. Plans mean adding more input to an already crowded mental space, more conversation, more decisions, more stimulation. So when plans get canceled, it feels like someone turned the volume down. Psychologically, this relief can come from sensory or cognitive overload. The brain is craving fewer demands, not more experiences. This is the person who enjoys people best in small doses, or one-on-one, or on days when their inner world isn't already overflowing. If this is you, the relief doesn't mean you don't care. It means you're already carrying enough. But here's the twist. There's also a type who feels relieved when plans get canceled, because it gives them control back. Some people struggle with commitments not because they dislike structure, but because they fear being trapped by it. Once a plan is set, it occupies mental space. It defines the day. It limits freedom. When it disappears, so does the sense of obligation. Psychologically, this can be tied to autonomy needs. These people feel safest when their time feels flexible. Even enjoyable plans can feel restrictive once they're locked in. So the relief isn't about the activity. It's about regaining choice. If this resonates, you're not unreliable. You're autonomy-driven. Now here's the part most people don't say out loud. Feeling relieved when plans get canceled doesn't mean you don't value relationships. It means you value inner balance. It means your internal world is rich, demanding, or easily overstimulated. It means your energy, focus, or emotional bandwidth matters more than appearances. And in a culture that glorifies busyness, constant availability, and packed schedules, that can feel wrong. So people hide it, they apologize too much, they pretend disappointment, they add extra emojis to compensate. But the relief is honest. And honesty, psychologically speaking, is information. So the next time a plan gets canceled and you feel lighter, pause for a second. Ask yourself, what exactly did I just get relief from? Was it pressure, performance, overstimulation, loss of control, or simply exhaustion? Because the answer tells you something important about how you're wired. Maybe it's you. Maybe it's someone close to you. Either way, recognizing this pattern isn't about changing yourself. It's about understanding yourself. So, which type sounded most like you? And if this felt a little too familiar, you're not alone. If you want to keep exploring the quiet psychology behind everyday behavior, the thoughts we don't always say out loud, take a moment to like this video and subscribe. You know where to find this channel. Sometimes the smallest reactions reveal the deepest truths.